What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Boomcast. It's been so fucking long since we've had a show. This is episode 5. I've missed you guys. I don't know if you guys missed me, but that's okay. I'm the commish. You guys are the Boomcasters, and we have some special people on the show today. And who are they? Let them hear them out.
It's Nate, the Jets, just.
Woo! And we also got
The Pittsburgh Steelers, me Dos Bro. Glad to be
yeah.
here.
So we also have someone else coming along. They're kind of late, but it's okay. We don't crucify here, guys. We don't. Yeah, we do. Let me stop lying. We definitely crucify you guys. But nah, man.
I've seen you do it.
What do you mean, Kari? Yeah, the Jets is black. Have you not? You guys didn't know this whole entire time? You didn't know
This
Euro's
whole
black?
time. I tell y'all all the time, but nobody want to listen to me.
Bro, it's like you're the stepchild that doesn't get like fucking acknowledged at all.
I don't get no
I feel like
love.
people forget you're in the league until it's time to play you, and then you beat them. So they
There you
remember you
go.
for. It's a never-ending cycle with you.
Shit. But guys, I've missed you guys so fucking much, man. It's the holiday season. You guys know how it is. How's your guys' Christmases, Christmas Eves? We had a great Christmas, man, and a Christmas Eve, dude. Stellar. We partied. We party hard. Did everything we had to do. Got some good gifts. Hope you guys had a good time with family and friends, man. But man, let's get to the good shit. This fucking league, man, between switching to all pro, from all Madden and fucking slider issues today and shit like that. You guys have been going fucking nuts, but I love all the response. I love the energy from you guys, dude. Again, I missed you guys a fucking lot, dude, and just can't imagine. So for today's show, we're gonna go over week 10s through week 12. It's been a big gap. We've had a couple of advances. Shit, we even had an advance last night, and so I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for staying on with the whole scheduling rule, knowing that, hey, look, I need to schedule a game or have a time set at least 24 hours in. I appreciate you guys following the rules as best as possible. Man, the league is running smooth and running great. I want to bring up one more thing as well too. I am looking for someone to help out with the parlays and the spreads. So if you want to go ahead and make those spreads, or if you want to pitch in, let me know and we can get something working. I'm just a little bit too busy to be doing the spreads and parlays and doing advances and stuff like that. So definitely, guys, I missed you guys so fucking much, so much. But in doing so, what we're gonna do right now, there's no recent trades, trade deadline, no trades. So what we're gonna go over the key games, and so we're gonna start off with week 10. And the first game we have here is the Oakland Desperados versus the Green Bay Packers. Now, let me tell you one thing. These two teams, they are fucking. They're heavy. They're heavy people, man. They're our top guns of the league. Definitely top 10 teams. Oakland being one of our previous Super Bowl fucking champs, and Green Bay almost at the cusp of being in the Super Bowl. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you guys take a swing at this. So, Yura, what you think, man?
I mean, real good matchup. I see the final score went down 28-10. I think Chaplin, really good user. Kind of don't like playing him because it's always a battle.
Right.
Um, he went out there, he handled business. No turnovers, only took one sack. Uh, Defense stepped up in a big way, kept the Desperados under 200 total yards. I mean, when you do that in any game, you're more than likely going to come out victorious. Uh, we see Riley Reed, another solid performance, man.
I wanted to ask Eric, when did we allow name changes? Because I want to put in for one right away.
Man, you can change your name, bro. There's no asking, man. We've had Tua turn the ball over. We've had some crazy names, dude. Go for it, man. Don't ask me, man. Just go for it. Now, if you start going in and messing with some other stuff and I see it, you're cut, bro. Don't do that.
You got
Yeah,
it. I
out of
can't
there.
wait.
Don't be a dickhead.
Don't do it, because then I'll make Euro an admin. I know he don't want to be, but I'll make him an admin. Straight
Man,
up.
that's a lot of pressure. But
Uh,
I mean, hey, to
And
that game though, It would just look like it really was a grind. You go through, you look at the box score. Um, it really looked like this was kind of a short yardage type of game, really grinded out type of game. Nobody really popped off the stat sheet. Um, they to me they kind of went back, watched some of the tape. I think they kind of underperformed the expectations for
Oh, most
these two
definitely.
games.
And I would definitely say on this end that Oakland would be a whole different ball game if he didn't have that suspension in for Patrick Mahomes. As you can see here, we had Marquise Davis
You're
come in.
right.
It's completely different, man. When you don't have a Mahomes in there throwing and being able to sling the rock the way that Oakland likes to play his offense. He's a very streaky guy. Loves to get in between the zones. Definitely dump the ball off, but he loves to run. And you can see here that Isaiah Pacheco, without his quarterback, cannot get the carries. He's only got 6 carries, man. If that's your workhorse and that is your staple, just make sure you're within the rules, man, and have that workhorse, come at play. Now I give kudos to the Packers, man. Riley Reed had a solid game. Nothing too crazy. Ballard, I feel like he could have had a little bit more yardage there. 19 carries for 50. It looks like he's averaging about 3 yards a carry.
About 2.5.
Definitely a short yardage game. But we'll definitely see how different Oakland can stay within the playoff picture without having Mahomes.
Yep, yep.
So moving
I
over
feel
to.
like
Oh, go ahead.
Desperados has a sneaky good defensive line, and Al Chaplin, he's starting to come back to what he was. I feel like he started the season off a little rough, and we were watching the standings. We were like, wow, it's not nearly as well as he was doing last at the end of last year, and he's starting to come back and be a threat again. I would be scared to go into Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, most definitely. Um,
I've always been scared to play Al
oh,
Chaplin, and
and
he's starting to.
guys, guess who's fucking here? Go ahead, my
Who is it?
boy.
Who's here?
I know you're
What's
here.
up, y'all?
We got
Oh
fucking
my God,
David,
it's
guys.
David.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How y'all
Bro,
doing?
Doing
I'm
all
doing
right.
great, man, dude. How was your Christmas, dude?
Man, it was great. Thank you for asking. Sorry about it being late. I caught every red light possible on the way here.
Shit. Someone was praying on your downfall.
For who?
That someone was praying on your downfall. Not me. Hold
Oh
on, hold
yeah,
on.
okay,
Number one in
okay,
my heart,
okay.
number one in my eyes. Remember that.
I don't know anymore after this week, but we'll talk about that later.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know.
Hey, you got anything to say about your boys' game over here, Week 10? Oakland Desperados, Green Bay Packers?
Let's see. I mean, it's nice to see the Packers back in the win column. I'm surprised that Oakland didn't put up much of a fight. I know that he doesn't have a Mahomes, but we see Miami, thriving without his quarterback. So I'm a little surprised at the score.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like he doesn't have too much skill, and it's more of he needs abilities and a hired user. Now, I don't want to
Whoa.
be, I don't want to go that too far deep. I know Mr. Pastor himself, but that's what the game's looking like. I mean, when you have guys like Miami who can come in and play with a quarterback that's 59 overall, 69 overall, something like that, and still put up the numbers he does, makes you wonder, right? And
Yeah,
remember, you guys put the performance out. I just review it.
that's it.
So we're moving over to game number 2. We got Week 10, Miami Dolphins versus the Austin Steamers. Now, this game right here, man, should have been game of the week. It was a slugfest, high-scoring game. We have Miami with 35 points. What the Austin Steamers, man, this dude has come out of nowhere, man. Mookie is doing his thing with 42 points. And I want to say, how does it feel to see Geno Smith throwing 13 for 16, 299 yards, and 4 touchdowns with no interceptions, man?
It is crazy to post a stat line
Jeez.
like that with Geno Smith. And
Bro,
not only that stat line, but Kenneth Walker averaging 9 yards a carry. That's insane.
Hey, but
it's
look at
It
Bucky
looks
Irving.
it
He was
looks like
averaging
he
11.
ran about
yeah,
28 offensive snaps and
yeah.
scored
I
and
will say
42
something
points
with
on him.
with Eurostep. You cannot disrespect Buck Irving. Don't know who this guy is. Again, Dolphins has suspensions on suspensions, and he's still figuring a way out to put points on the board and have players doing his thing, man.
We
And
got to
then
start suspending the offensive linemen.
wow.
That's who's keeping his game alive. His
Hey,
offensive
hey,
linemen
hey,
is
Let's cut
hey.
that out.
You're thinking too much. Go back in your box. You're thinking too much.
I know.
I'd be sick with an O line suspension.
Man, but looking at these stats, dude, Mark McGraw, like we just gave kudos, 25 for 40 fucking attempts. Hold on, hey,
Jeez.
we need to check that one. Hold on, someone check how many carries he had too, for 318 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man,
Speaking of the suspensions,
I will definitely say these two guys are definitely going to be in the playoffs with the record, and possibly may knock off some guys who were in the reigning, championship games. David, you got to stop Steamers, man. That Gino and Kenneth Walker, they're coming for you, dude.
They're trying to get revenge on Seattle. No, yeah, I told him earlier, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the number one seed. I got, I think, two or three more matchups that are a little challenging, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out on top. I looked at his schedule and it doesn't look as hard as mine, so
I mean, that's
I
what
wouldn't be
happens.
surprised.
I mean, you won the Super Bowl. They're going to give you a harder schedule. He didn't make playoffs. No, he made playoffs, first round playoffs. It gets a little bit easier on schedule. But also, that division he has could go nuts. Zeke the Freak not having the gear he should be having. But, we're going to get into all that. So, moving into our next game, we got Week 10 Atlanta Falcons versus the Portland Snowhawks, a.k.a. the Saints. Now, Atlanta Falcon is 7-4. Currently, as we speak, Portland Snowhawks 5-6. The score was 44-38. Man, this is a divisional game that has been going on for years to come, and they're just good games every time. And then looking into here, man, the Falcons have figured out something with Desmond Ritter and Bijan Robinson. Ritter with, excuse me, sorry about that. We got Ritter with 18 and 29 for 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Bijan with 23 carries, 91 yards, and 2 tutties. And you got to give the flowers over to Drake London, 6 wrecks, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, and Richie Grant with a pick six. Now, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. Derek Carr isn't the way for Portland. It helped them get into the playoffs last year. It looks like Kamara is his workhorse, bringing him in with Juwan Johnson having a stellar game. But he's got to find a future QB. Now, I don't know if he's drafted anyone or not, but, I mean, what do you guys think?
if I may, to only lose by 6 after throwing 4 interceptions is a wild stat to have. If he cleans up one of those interceptions, that game may go a different way. If he doesn't throw that pick 6, he wins by 1. Like, it seems like he's figuring out ways to win with Derek Carr, but he's making too many mistakes to lose.
What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Nate.
I can see that. I agree with it. In this league, users here really punish you sometimes for your mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
And some games it just feels like it's just a snowball effect. So I mean that's something you just kind of, like you said, you just clean up those mistakes, and this game could have gone either way. I do see when I look at Portland's box score, he might want to try and go get some more weapons offensively, because it looks like it's his offense might be a little bit one dimensional. Um, but I'm not gonna give away his sauce. You just do your scouting, do your due diligence. His offense looks a little bit more one dimensional than say the Falcons, who are able to get a lot more production from a lot more of their players.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see Tim Patrick is his leading wide receiver. Olavis is fourth. So, I mean, you got to get him more involved for sure. And Derek Carr has 15 touchdowns against 17 interceptions and 58% completion. So, yeah, I mean, he definitely needs to look for a quarterback either through the draft or free agency ASAP.
And I definitely want to give kudos over to the Falcons defense, man. Doesn't have A.J. Terrell. Told you guys all year long. Eric Stokes has really helped out along with Jesse Bates in that defense, and with none of the defensive backs giving up a catch allowed, according to Madden. But a couple picks from Jesse, Richie Grant, Jeff Okuda. It just looks like that secondary is finally meshing in and thriving at the right point at the right time in the season.
Yeah, I think earlier when I played him this season, he had the fourth best defense. So, and I felt to that game. I think I only scored like 20 points. He has a great defense. He's sneaky for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So what we want to do, let's go over to the next game. We also got another Week 10 matchup. We got the New York Jets against the Cincinnati Bengals.
JETS. Come on.
34 to
Ooh.
24. Euro, take me over. What happened this game, dude?
Man, that was a that was a fun game. Um, let's see. Let me go. Yeah, there we go. This was just fun for me. Going through the game, I want to say it was like the first half was pretty close. We came out, made some adjustments, got after that guy Michael Penix, however you want to say him.
Peanuts.
Uh, we got after that boy. Got to him for 2 interceptions. Got a sack. Main thing was really we got pressure. Quinnen had him a nice game. Got him a sack, but I was seeing he was really getting pressure. He was always had him on the run. With when it comes to a lefty, it just takes a little second to figure out where he's looking. But I feel like the lefties are a little bit easier to read. Um, and then when it came offensively, we we had a real grinded out type of game. My man Brees did Brees things. Sneaky MVP.
Hey,
Mm.
maybe.
22
Maybe.
carries,
You're building that
141
case.
yards. We didn't get him into the end zone, but that's just because we were real short yardage. We let KJ take the back seat this game. He did still go 14 22, 63% completion, 3 tuds, no interceptions, kept it real clean, went out there, made the reads that he needed to, got the ball to who he needed to, and they handled the rest. We didn't even have a receiver over 43 yards. Miko had a drop, Jaheim Bell had a drop, so we try to clean that up. But this was really just a game that I really want to say it came down to those 2 interceptions. Really solid user. T. Higgins went crazy. His rook Span Ford didn't really have an answer for him, but we were able to just keep him to short yardage. Um, and yeah, it was a really fun game. Real grind.
I will definitely say this is the matchup to see the next coming up years, guys. We're going to continue on going forward with this. I want you guys to be able to team build for the guys who had bad teams and the guys who, draft the good rookies and, do what they need to do, just see it develop. We're going to go longer, a little bit longer than we normally do. But man, to see KJ Jefferson and Michael Penix Jr., both rookies in the league, just going at it with each other, dude. And T. Higgins having a stellar game with 5 recs, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. It looks like he was torching you guys. Just a little bit, but not enough to definitely pull out that win. Definitely say one of those interceptions of, definitely stopped him from coming back and going in. The Bengals team will be completely different once he gets his 3 players back: CMC, Jamar Chase, and then his tight end coming back in. So, definitely looks like it was a fun game, and give kudos to the Bengals. That record doesn't speak volumes for what that team is without their big 3 playmakers. You guys have anything else?
No, you guys pretty much touched on everything. I don't know if anybody else has any opinions on this game.
Say less. We're moving on. And before we move on, Mr. Dimes, aka Bulls, we gonna talk about you, my guy. I think you're in here, but we gonna recognize you. You get recognition. So our next game coming up from week 10. Now, this game right here, man, this is a game versus friends. This is a game versus men and versus fucking Warriors. We got the Detroit Lions versus the Houston Oilers. This is the return game for Caleb Williams, or return game or second return game. It was 35 to 41. This was a close game against a struggling Oilers team with a Lions who didn't have an identity for a while with Caleb Williams being out. David, let's let you have this one.
Man, my boy X was up 21-3 at halftime. I don't know how he lost this game. Let's see. Caleb Williams with 5 interceptions. Never mind, I know why he lost now. Jeez, Jordan Travis did get sacked 5 times, so I mean, yeah, definitely the interceptions. Need to cut those down. Let's see. Gibbs had a pretty good game. Jonathan Taylor did too. Bowers is coming along too.
Yeah.
Jeez, no, I mean, the Lions, what's the record now? I mean, they're doing pretty well. They're still in the division, I think, right? I mean,
They're
well,
fine.
the Packers, yeah, the Packers are probably gonna win that one, but maybe you can still fight for a wild card spot.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the wild card is so plenty open in the NFC. It's not as challenging right now as the AFC. Uh, Man, I like to see Lions figure out Caleb Williams because before that injury, things were rolling and going for him, man. And it's nice to see the Houston Oilers get a win in their column. Hopefully, not be last. But Jordan Travis, man, 3 touchdowns, 2 tutties. I mean, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not too bad. Brock Bowers, doing his thing. So we'll definitely see it coming along. But we're definitely gonna keep close eyes on the Lions and Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, he won two in a row after that game. Spoiler alert, sorry. I know we're gonna get into that later, but he's already won two in a row, so he's at 7-7 now. So he could definitely make a push if he cuts down the turnovers.
Oh, most definitely. So moving over to
Man,
the. Oh, go ahead, dear.
all I wanted to say about this game, he should have figured it out. Stop throwing at Christian Fulton. 4 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 of the 5.
Yeah,
Stop throwing there, man.
I can tell you exactly who he's chunking the ball up to: Jamison Williams or his other X Factor receiver, JT Meekins. Telling you right now, because looking at it, Jamison only had 29, and Meekins only had 30.
Man, sometimes them X's and superstars, what they are best for is a decoy.
Yep.
Good one, good one.
Write that shit down. Write that shit down. All right, moving up to the next game. This one's gonna hurt and sting. I know he's not here to defend himself, but we got Week 10 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the San Antonio Orbits. It was 37-23. Looked like it was a high scoring game, but we got the man himself here to talk about his own game. Run it through, Mitos.
It was definitely a change of pace. Jay always keeps it really close, and he keeps me uncomfortable to the very end. And you know, my defense was just all over the field, and they were securing catches. No dropped interceptions, and we made him pay. I think my middle linebacker had 2 interceptions on him. Caleb Rutherford, 2 interceptions, one forced fumble. We made him turn the ball over a lot, and it was 37-3 at that, or 37-7. I think closer to halftime, and he started clawing back. It was 37-23, but um, I chewed as much clock as I could and secured the win. Jay always keeps it close, and he's good to play against, especially with was this? He still has
I
the
need you to
fast one,
speak up a
Jalen
little bit more.
Waddle. Jalen Waddle's always a threat, and I hate playing against him. It makes Minka Fitzpatrick have to stay on him at all times. But sometimes, Madden comes through. Defense came through on that game.
Yeah, I heard that. He acknowledged it. Madden be maddening for him. But it's nice to see Najee Harris being that workhorse again for you. I know you're having quarterback issues and you're taking away from the quarterback and, trying to mix things up. Not solely focus on the run, but definitely get some play action and things going for you. I don't want to give up any spoiler tips or scouting. So I definitely know for this game, you had to do what you had to do, and it looks like a short yardage, 23 yards, 89, 23 carries, 89 yards. So definitely like 2, 1, 3 yard dinkers, but those 3 touchdowns definitely were a big thing for you. And I definitely want to look at his Orbit's leading receiver, 9 recs, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joshua Palmer. It's not Michael Pittman Jr. and it's not Jalen
Jalen
Waddle.
Waddle.
And that's stunning. Normally it's a Waddle, but Waddle being shut down by Minka, and your defense. I definitely give kudos. You play like a Steelers team, so there's that. And with Tua, he's played clean games with Tua before, but when it comes down to these divisional games, with either it's Dark Knights, if it's Bengals, if it's you, he tends to struggle because I know that whole conference have great stellar defense, and you guys have great matchups every time. You
Every
guys have.
defense is good in this division. I hate being in this division because it's always a battle on the defensive side.
But you know what? I mean, it just shows and proves that you're a good player, you're a good user, and you can stick around and claw things out, man. You were in the Super Bowl against David, and we gonna talk about that game. Just y'all both here. We gonna talk
Ooh.
about that game.
Oh
Oh
man, I don't
shoot.
know if I'm ready to talk about it. I'm still trying to forget
Oh
it.
shit. Nah, man. Yeah, kudos to you. I mean, you got an early lead and you shut down that run, and I don't think I've seen Waddle have that bad of a day. So, yeah, the defense is cooking for sure.
I checked at the around that time, and he had the best odds for top running back in the AFC with Javante Williams, and I don't know what it is, but I could stop his run defense, and that's where it all starts.
It looks like you shut him down in most fronts, man. So kudos to you. It's hard to do. And you know what? I want to also say kudos to you from being 2-5 and switching up your whole season to 7-5. So
I
definitely
know, that's
kudos to that.
crazy. I noticed that too. I was like, what? When did this happen? 7-5, what the fuck?
I've
Yeah.
been
It was
clawing back.
crazy.
I've got to play every game and just see where I ended up.
Shit.
Happy to be on the winning side again, though.
Give me some of that luck. So moving over to the next game, we got Week 11, Tampa Bay Bucks versus Miami Dolphins. Again, two heavy sluggers in the league. With Kari coming on top, 35 to 32. Man, it sounds like I'm gonna be glazing and meat riding the dude, but you got to give it up to the Dolphins, man. With the suspensions he has and the numbers he's just putting up with these rookies and these no-name guys, you're doing your thing, man. But Kari's still figuring out, clawing back into his division as much as he can, trying to fight for a wild card spot. We got Jaden Daniels with 19 for 28, 400 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. It looks like Lamar Jackson being gone has been a good thing for the Bucks.
It's
Uh,
taking him. It's taking Kari a bit to figure it out, but he's starting to figure it out, and that's always dangerous.
you know what it is called all Madden. We all figured it out. What do you got? Come on, Euro. You haven't talked. Let's get it.
Oh, I mean, it was great to see another loss for the Dolphins, division rival.
Yeesh.
So always need him to fail. So I'm loving the suspensions. But this is still a really good game. McGraw still 76% completion rate. Played a clean game. Kari just went crazy. It looks like there wasn't really any type of answer for Johnny Wilson going for 131 and a tud. That's a 33 yard average. That's just hard to stop. Gerald Everett too. So it just really looked like he let them big guys go and eat. Johnny, Gerald, and Goddard. Um,
Man, he's got a
they
two
all
tight
went
end system
crazy.
again. Who the fuck let him do
Man,
that?
and that over there in Tampa, because we got them week 13. Spoiler alert. We know that wide receiver room is ginormous, and everybody in there is like, I think the shortest person is like 6'3". So
Sheesh.
that's a real big team. Real big boys over there. Pause. Heavy pause.
Hmm.
Uh,
Mm.
but love to see Kari start to figure it out. I know he's getting putting the lead back on notice because I think he gets Lamar back now.
See
I
that
think.
this is what I want to talk about. Jaden Daniels has had some really good games. So does he come back out and bring in Lamar, who he's been trying to trade, who he's been complaining about accuracy, or does he go with Jaden? I think you go with the hot hand.
I feel like Kari's too competitive. He's gonna put whoever has the best overalls out there on that field.
Maybe dual
Yeah,
quarterback system like he did before with his old Steelers back in 22.
I'd be sick.
maybe, yeah. I think he's gonna stick with Lamar. I think the biggest reason behind that is gonna be to keep his X factor so he can trade him in the offseason. I'm sure he's definitely regretting that trade that he did with Dak and all those other players. And then getting rid of Tyreek Hill too. That's just I thought that was so dumb. But hey, Johnny Wilson is balling. I mean, he's big boy, 6'7". He's hard to cover. Just throw those jump balls and most of the time he catches them. Super annoying to play him for sure.
Most definitely. So kudos to you, Kari. Dolphins, man, kudos to you too as well, dude. You're hanging in there. You're doing what you can. I know once Marvin Harrison gets into this bad boy, it's over for everyone. So there's that. Moving over to the next game, and man, we're figuring shit out here, man. Week 11, Indianapolis Colts versus the Austin Aviators, man. We have good games. I'll tell you, the stats don't show what happens during this game. So in the first half, it was a close game coming up. I believe it was like 21-7 or so. But I tell you one thing: stopping his run game, we did that. But he's not one dimensional like he used to be the first 2 seasons. Man, Trevor Lawrence can kill you with his feet, and my defense is we can't stop it. We're on a downhill slope, and I'm acknowledging that right now we're having some some issues between the O line, D line, cornerback room, I like where we're at our quarterback room and our DB room. Maybe you want to move around some linebackers. So definitely coming with the rehaul this next season. Maybe AR on the season on the block for the right price. A couple other pieces. We also lost some crucial picks, man. We even with the 275 yards, I had 2 touchdowns with the 4 picks. The picks have killed me like never before. Again, the Aviators have a stellar defense. Definitely see him as a Super Bowl favorite, and possibly getting there and making the last reach.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
do you think Anthony Richardson is? Do you think he's more of the issue, or do you think you're making bad reads? What do you think? What's going on
I
there?
believe it's half and half. I believe I don't have the time in the pocket to make the reads that I want to make as well too. And I'm starting to think that it's also my receiver room as well too. Gabe Davis, I made a signed him last off season, well 2 off seasons ago. Definitely was not the way to go, dude. He's not a great route runner. Well, he makes the catches, yes, but he doesn't have the separation what he has to do, and there's just too many slot receivers on my team for him to be put in the slot. As you can see, Josh Down with 7 recs, 114 yards. He is our future of the room. Him and Nelly Sweet are definitely the future as well too. So we're looking to progress. I'm looking to be a little bit better on this. This is on all Madden difficulty, trying to figure out with playbooks and fuck with some things here. So we're definitely looking eternally what we need to do, what we need to do better. Now I will say this is the most amount of points we scored all season, which tells you something. I wasn't able to
Mm.
crack the 10 point mark. And if a lot of you guys know me, this isn't usual for me. Normally, I'm able to put up 30, 40 points. Normally, I'm able to be in this the playoff run, head out with the big guys. But this season, it's different, and we're gonna figure things out as we go. We're gonna figure out the guys we need to keep, the guys who we want to get away, and definitely be in some trade talks this off season. So we'll go from there.
Hey, yeah, because I'm wondering. I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at the team. That defense look like it's real crazy. It look like you're real speedy over there. You got some abilities. So yeah, that leaves us wondering sometimes. Is it what's going on with the scheme? Are you ready to ship some pieces to New York?
Man, if the price is right, we can get talking. But like I said, I like my DB room. I wish some of the guys were just slightly faster. They're definitely made for a zone defense, but it looks like zone defense is not the way to go anymore with Madden, especially with the multi D defense. So we're definitely looking into a couple more playbooks, different other schemes. So we're gonna go from there. Definitely gonna go from there. Oh, just by the way, Devin White is on the block this coming off season. Just I'm tired of him. Someone take him.
Ooh, okay.
I also want to touch that Aviators. He's a good guy. He is always there to play, and he almost plays a perfect game every time. He is. He's a
Hey,
tough
hey, hey!
opponent.
Enough meat
There's a
riding,
reason.
bro. Enough
There's a
meat
reason he
riding.
11-1.
He's my divisional rival. Enough meat riding. Chill out. Chill out. Aviators, no. You're cool as fuck
And
though. No, he is really
he's gonna
cool.
take the division by far.
He was
Oh
telling you
yeah.
to move that hand.
Um, keep sucking them off, dog. I'm just saying. Shit. Anyways, moving on to the next game. Fuck this guy. Look, Bulls, I got you, dog. We got the Dallas Cowboys against the Honolulu Bulls. 27-30. Bulls winning by 30. I did not see this. Zeke the Freak is a staple powerhouse in this league, and this season it's not working out that way for him as much. I'll let you guys take this one on.
Dimes, I'm proud of you. I got you in this league, and now you're showing off and beating everyone in it. I can't believe it.
Drake, man.
All
But
three of them so far.
man, I think this is a crazy. Looking at the box score, I feel like this is just a kind of a weird game. It's great to see Dimes win. Me and Zeke, we got somehow we almost always since I've been joining these leagues, we always end up in the same division, so it's always fun to see him lose. Um, but he's a really, really good user. Um, I really think against the Dallas team, limiting the sacks taken is always a big thing. Anytime I play any user against that has the Cowboys. Micah is an absolute demon on this team in this league. Um, so I'm just really impressed with the win over such a user with that type of pedigree in this league. That's a great gutsy, grinded out type of win right there.
Oh, most definitely. You know, man, I didn't think the Giants would. And we've had a previous user who helped build this team up just a little bit, did the draft, did what he had to do. And it's cool seeing these rookie quarterbacks this year in this class really take over this league. And looks like the league will be in good hands, will be in good futures. Definitely would, with Trey Lance and his whole career coming back up as well too, with the Cowboys doing his thing, man. I definitely will definitely love to see this matchup more and more. And we're definitely going to get it year in, year out, 2 times a year, hopefully into the playoffs with these two guys. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this division is pretty loaded. I mean, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. The Cowboys stopped the running game pretty well. I mean, he kind of limited Saquon well, so I'm surprised that Drake May carried the team and they got this victory. That's impressive.
Yeah. It's
He's
crazy.
not a slouch. He's one of the best users for sure.
Oh, yeah. Again, powerhouse, power staple of this league. He hasn't been able to crack the Super Bowl winning, but he's definitely been in a couple bowls.
Yep.
All right, moving over to our next recap in Week 11, we have again the Oakland Desperados versus the Mexico City Golden Eagles, with the Golden Eagles coming on top, 28-21. Again, these wins don't come easy when you play against Desperados. He's a good user. He had a very clean game this week with Marquis Davis, 14 for 25, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't see Isaiah Pachenko here. I don't know if he got hurt or what's going on there. Maybe that tells us what happened in the last game. We went over Kadarius Toney. He's catching balls. He doesn't have stone hands in Madden. That's crazy. So I'm saying.
Need an update on him.
Shoot. Looking over here, it looks like Jalen Hurts was his staple of the win, man. 19 for 26, 230 yards with a touchdown, and he did it on his feet too. 14 carries, 58 yards, 1 touchdown. Aaron Donald looked like he had a monster game with 3 sacks. It looks all around like the Eagles may have found out, what to do, and he's looking like an upcoming NFC wildcard team. I'm telling you that NFC East division is coming up. I know it's already. I know that's the Steamers division. He's got 9-2. He's still the deal off, but the rest of these teams, man, are looking pretty even. And it looks like I retake what I said. The wild card for the NFC may be something to be watching.
Yeah, no, it's a tight race. I will say I think this game was a forced win.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, from what I'm looking right now, yeah. It's all good though. Hey, still kudos to OG. He has a winning record.
Well,
He's
damn.
in the race.
God damn it. Well, guys, no one marked it as simmed in neon, so don't crucify me. Crucify your mama. Anyways, going over to the next game. This one was a doozy, man. A real doozy. We have the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons, Week 11, 30-0.
We sure this wasn't a force?
No, not a force.
No. Forces are like
This
3
one got
points,
played.
4 points, 5 points.
This is insane.
Oh man, Jaegers, dude. We gave you a lot of praise early this season, dude. We know you've had some struggles, but it's looking like you should have kept Bryce Young. Y'all talk about this one, because man,
40 total yards. That's all I have to say.
There's no way.
That's just what jumps out.
Quinn
40.
Ewers only had 39 yards with 3 picks.
Is this real?
He only completed 2 passes.
What the?
I told you guys.
What happened here?
I told you.
Honestly,
the
shout out
Falcons.
Jaegerist for finishing this game because y'all might have had
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was in another league, I probably would have quit. Said "fuck you" to everyone.
Close that. Everything.
I for sure would have been in that chat at halftime. Like, hey, bro, can I just concede?
Something, man.
Time to go.
Again, you can't dismiss the Falcons in this league. His defense is monstrous. Offense, it runs through Bijan this game. 12 carries, 139 yards. Kyle Pitts getting a touchdown, unrealistic, but getting a touchdown. Uh, uh, there's not much to say about this one. I just wanted to bring it up to light, let you guys know that the Falcons ain't nothing to play with. So NFC, y'all need to watch out.
Ain't nothing to scoff at. This is another game for the Falcons where they forced a lot of turnovers. Playing the Falcons, be careful with that rock.
Shit, run the ball.
No, he's 7-5 now, leading the division. Kari's right behind him, 6-6. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. Have they played already twice? I think. Oh yeah, they have.
Oh
I
wow.
think Kari they split, if I'm not wrong. Last time I heard from Kari, so good rivalry there.
So tiebreakers are going to be a thing for that division.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. Look, I know this may be a CPU game, but I got to give him kudos because he figured shit out. San Diego Riverhogs versus the Detroit Lions, 41-0.
Damn.
Caleb Williams figured it out, man. I get it. It's CPU. CPU can be crazy, but 19 for 27, 438 yards, 4 touchdowns. Gibbs, 21 carries, 164 yards. JT Milks, Meekins, 6 wrecks, 151 yards, 1 touchdown. God damn, dude. Again, the Lions are no one to sleep on as well too. If you can figure shit out with Caleb Williams, he's gonna get the ball going. Again, just wanted to show you guys, let you guys see. You guys, give you the news around. What do you guys anything to say on this one?
San Diego still don't got a user?
No, we don't.
All right, so I could go in. That San Diego team is ass. Okay? Ass.
Boy was
Absolute,
waiting.
absolute dog water. Trash.
Hey, yo,
Garbage can.
Stafford tried to go back in Detroit and said, "I'm gonna get a win." They said, "Nah, nigga, we
Nah.
don't need your ass. Get the fuck out of here."
They said,
That
no,
didn't
no.
touch the end zone in Detroit. That's wild.
I mean, honestly, I don't even care, even if you're playing against the CPU. And I think this was still on All Madden, correct?
Yeah. This is still on all, man.
Yeah, it's still. If he played both sides of the ball, it's still kind of hard to pitch a shutout. Even
Against the
against the
CPU.
CPU.
That's crazy. Oh, God damn, man. All right, moving over to the next game. This is a division rival. Two guys that can play toe to toe, and they have great fucking games. And he's number one in my heart, number one in my eyes. Week 11,
Ooh.
Seattle Seahawks against the Albuquerque Thunderbirds. David, take it away.
Man, I got off to a fast start, 21-0. I think I scored on my first drive, and then he had a kickoff return fumble, got that one, scored again, and then I think like a pick six. So I was like, all right, this is going to be an easy game. Easy peasy. He ended up coming back, scored 10, and then 14, and all of a sudden, it's a really close game. And at the end, he had the ball, and if he scored, I think it was, yeah, this was a score, 38-33. If he scored a touchdown, he was going to win. So I was sweating a little bit, but he ended the game with a pick yet again. So, he just has to cut down those turnovers. He only had 2 this time. I mean, if he cut down one of those 2, that pick 6, at least, he would have probably won this game. He did really good with Burrow, and let's see. Oh, yeah, A-Chain did pretty well, too, this game. I think the first time we played, I shut down that running game, but he got it going this time. I think that was the difference. But, no, I mean, you never know with Thunderbirds. Sometimes he can shut the bed, and other times he'll put up a fight. So you got to be ready.
Yeah, he's his own biggest enemy. Very pessimistic user. But we're working on that. We're working on him to get that confidence back, and he could definitely play good ball when his head's there and not complaining too much. Man, take me over with Bryce Young, dude. Looks like this trade is a win-win for you, dude. How do you feel with him?
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I actually traded for him in another league because I was so impressed at how good he was here. He's doing well. His last game, which we're gonna go over again, I'm sure next show, or I don't know when, but this was his first terrible game. Some of the interceptions were on me, the other ones were on him. So other than that, he's been doing great. Don't regret it at all.
That's what's up. And Dalton Kincaid looking like a monster. 5 wrecks, 124 yards, 2 tuds, man. 2 tuds. It's crazy.
Dalton Kincaid secretly is the best tight end in the game.
He's up there.
Man, the way David uses him and schemes him in between the middles and little dinkers and shit that he does, man, it's stellar, dude. Definitely need a good linebacking core. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
No, he's great. I love Kincaid. I think he's still leading the league in yards.
Sheesh. Wow, we got news from X. He played both sides of the ball on that game, bro. Kudos to you, dog.
Good job.
Now I want to see
There
that
we
shit
go.
against a user. Show me that shit against someone in this league, my boy. But kudos to you.
He said, "Show me that against someone with a brain."
All right, moving over to the next game. Week 12. Now we're going into week 12. We got another divisional game, man. I'm going to show these divisional games because they go crazy. We have the Austin Aviators versus the Paris Blues. We haven't showed Ski no love yet, but he's getting
Ski.
but he lost by 1 point. I'm telling you, the AFC South has 3 good teams than me, but we're all we're bro. I hate the season, dude. This is not my favorite season, but and this is down to the team. Malik Willis looks like he's going to be the quarterback of the future there, with 301 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Still heard from Insider Scoop that he might be looking for another quarterback. He's still trying to figure things out with Malik. But if you're still trying to figure things out and you're throwing 301 yards, 4 touchdowns with 2 interceptions, and almost pulling out wins, I know you're definitely trying to chase back. I don't know how the game went this one, but these games right here are fun to watch and definitely fun to see afterwards. So I definitely want to see what you guys got.
I'll say, I mean, looking at the box, really close game. T-Law and Malik, it looks like even in their stats, like throwing the ball, they were pretty comparable. It just looked like Malik just got more action, maybe even yards after carry. Double check that. Yeah, he got some solid yards after the catch. So, I mean, looked like it was a fun game. T-Law got out. Shoot, yeah, he was the leading rusher. Looks like it was just one long one that he broke for 30, so that accounted for like almost half of that. And I feel like those are the ones that break your back. Like, pause.
Hmm.
When you've done everything right, you know, he looking downfield, everything is box, White Castle carrier crate, and then the quarterback runs. Like those are that looks like that was probably
Man,
a dem-
that's Aviators, dude, down to the T. He'll break out, roll out, and if you got great coverage and no one to come in QB spy or anything, I'm not giving up too much. Just saying, if you watch the tape, it's
Hey man, it
evident.
looks like Sunshine be over there doing his thing in Austin.
Mm-hmm. Pretty boy over there. That's what they call
I
him.
mean, to me, it looks like if you can contain Trevor from running outside of the pocket and getting those extra yards, and if you could try to stop ETN from scoring 4 touchdowns like he did this game, then I think you have a chance against the Aviators. But
That's asking a lot.
yeah,
That is
easier
asking
said
a
than
lot.
done. Easier said than done. But I was gonna say, oh yeah, I don't know if anybody watched this game. I tuned in towards the fourth quarter, and it came down to a 2-point conversion try that Ski did not
Okay.
convert on, and that's why he lost this game. He could have tied it. He could have taken. He could have taken it to overtime, but he decided to go for the 2 and he missed it.
Because
Yeah,
that's not skee ball. You going for the goal or you going home.
yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Ski on that one, especially when it comes down to playing Aviators. You don't want to have that 50-50 toss up that he gets the ball again, and then you just watch Trevor Lawrence do his thing. So I would definitely went for the 2 there as well too.
That's true. That's true.
Excuse me, I just sneezed like a bitch over here. Don't want to hear that and bust your eardrums. All right, moving over to the next game. Another AFC South win. We have the Oakland Condors versus. Oh no, I'm sorry, loss. Oh, my bad. My eyes aren't working. We have the Oakland Condors, Week 12 versus the Portland Snowhawks, 37-20 fucking 4. Man, what is it do I say about CJ Stroud? He ain't Stroudy. He had such a strong start of the season. Those 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Baldwin had a game, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, he had their leading receiver, so it looks like maybe the receiver room and quarterback room not really working out here. Derek Carr had a smooth game, pretty safe, besides 1 interception. Alvin Kamara was the workhorse here, carrying and receiving wise, literally carried the team to a win. And Marshawn Lattimore with 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, with a pick six to help seal off the game. So definitely looks like the Saints here, aka Snowhawks, figured things out defensively, figured out how to stop that passing game, and contain C.J. Stroud. Man, kudos to the Snowhawks.
And it looked like he figured out how to use Alvin Kamara. I think in the box score of one of his last games, it didn't look like Kamara stood out too much, and here he is looking shades of Christmas Day.
That is true. Oh, I got insider news from Condors himself that his dudes were fatigued and he fucked up training. See, now this is what happens when you don't have your front office on the same page with your coaches and your training staff. Can't do that, my
Jeez.
guy. Can't do that. It will kill you in this league because this league is speed, speed, speed. Definitely tell you that right now.
No, yeah, Oakland's gonna have to figure something out because he's number 6 right now as far as AFC standings, but he has the Orbits, Desperados, and the Steelers right behind him with 5 losses. He only has 4 at the moment, but he has the Aviators next, and then he has Seahawks next. So, I mean, he could be 7-6 next thing you know.
Man, it's crazy, but we'll definitely see. Last year, the AFC wild card was crazy for the race. It was like a 4-way tie. Again, it may look that way this season. Moving over to the next game, we want to see Week 12, Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Falcons coming on top, 49-42. It looks like that defense didn't show up like it originally should have, but they got a pick six with James Williams. Again, they do have a stellar defense, but it looks like, Jaden Daniels, I told you guys, came in, helped. Didn't really help with the picks, though. 4 interceptions. One of those picks taken out, especially with that pick six, Kari wins. Johnny Wilson, big guy, 5 wrecks, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and J.K. Dobbins is looking like the lead horse over there as well too. And you can't take away from Desmond Ridder. Clean, elite quarterback game. 24 for 26. Only missed two complete. Only missed two attempts.
We're not going to talk about this game.
Hey, yo, we got Kari here. That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
But Desmond Ridder had an elite game. I like how he muted himself, and I can hear it. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bijan had a solid game. Shelton Westbrook, 8 wrecks, 96 yards, and 3 tutties. Ridder and Westbrook were on a connection. What do you guys think?
Kari doesn't turn the ball over so much. That's a different game. I'm seeing a common theme with Atlanta, man. Stop turning the ball over, man. That's 4 picks. 4 picks again. Like, hey, them birds, man. They watching their skies.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying the Dirty Birds are back, and they got a dirty-ass defense. Keep that ball on the field. Man, do not throw that shit up. If you don't have it open, don't force it. Throw that shit away. Run the ball.
Oh, it's not even a dirty-ass defense. He's got a dirty-ass team. He played a perfect game with Desmond Ridder. He's only getting better with Ridder. The last 3 games he played have been high-scoring games, and he just looks great. He's got an MVP candidate at quarterback in Desmond Ridder, which is insane to think about.
I don't know. David, you sweating this one, man? You seeing him as a future op?
Yeah, no, if he gets a couple more weapons, I can definitely see him on top of the NFC. I mean, 2 incompletions with Ridder is wild. I thought he was probably going to move on from him after this season, but it looks like he's going to build on him.
Crazy to see these young, talented quarterbacks coming up in the league. Moving over to the next game, I'm not sure if this one was simmed or if it was forced wind, but we got Mexico City Golden Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. 38 Cowboys, 20 Golden Eagles. Y'all got this one.
This one was simmed too, I think.
Fuck, we're moving on to the next one. Y'all need to start marking this shit as zimmed.
Come on, admins.
Shit. All right. We got you a good one. Jets, Jets, Jets,
Come
Jets.
on.
San Antonio Orbits versus the New York Jets, Week 12, 49-21. Laid the smackdown on J Dog. Euro, you got this.
Man, I was really hoping, when I got invited to the show that Jay was going to be on this week so I could talk all that shit to that boy.
Hey, you got the mic? You got the mic right now?
But nah, man, this was a fun one. I was already cracked out off pre-workout, excited to play Jay. Um, wanted to really hear him, have to explain this one on the show.
Oh,
So
we're
first,
getting the explanation. We're getting there.
man, but Tua turned up the ball over. He had a heck of a game throwing that ball to them Jets receivers. So in actuality, he probably went 21 for 26. Great game. Just five of those were to the wrong jerseys. Um, I really was trying to focus on the pass game, trying to slow that down. Kind of the same thing, same issue that we kind of had with Penix. It took us a second because he's a lefty. So remembering, like, even your coverages, everything has to be flipped. Oh, that might be Sauce. My fault. Um, Javante went crazy though. Solid game on the ground, 87 yards, and then 119 through the air. I want to say that was like a couple of wheel routes. Actually, I know for a fact it was a couple of wheel routes because y'all see that Javante has 2 recs, 119. Guess what Brees Hall had? 2 recs, 152. Every time he threw that wheel, I came right back with one of my own.
Yeah, I'll tell
Mm.
you one thing. These two guys, they throw wheel routes out. So if you see that formation and you see that running back on the side, and you play man, you better pray to God there's a safety on top.
Appreciate it.
Man, that's tough. That's my opponent right there. As soon as we offer this, I got him next.
Sheesh.
This was just a game I really wanted to go out there. Like Mito said, I feel like some of the times people forget I'm here. I just be chilling in the cut until they have to play me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so just had to prove a point. Dolphins really was just trying to take advantage too, keeping my eye on that division race, take advantage, get these wins while he has people out. This helped push us back up to 8-3 and tie the division. Um, so it's really just got a lot of pressure. Had him out the pocket. Had to on the move, trying to throw those balls. Um,
So who you got winning tonight's game between you and Bucks?
oh, it's me, of course,
Oh.
Oh.
of course. You seen what KJ just did? 446, 5 tuds, 13 for 16, perfect passer rating. Come on, we
All
we
right,
we
Mm.
we riding high.
And that's against Miles Garrett, dude.
Against
awesome.
Miles Garrett. We absolutely eliminated Miles Garrett from the game. You see, he doesn't show up in the box score, and honestly, if you
Hmm.
go back and watch the tape, he didn't exist on the field.
Hmm.
But it's a great game. He honestly has a really good defense. A lot of speed. Jair's a problem. Denzel, we got him. We cooked him a couple of times, but there was a lot of times where it was just hard to make reads. Um, today the today the team just made the plays that we needed them to make. Didn't take any sacks. Didn't throw any picks. Um, so I was able to make them. I, as a user, was able to just make better reads this game. Everything just felt like it was clicking.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, I have something I want to bring up. I know Jay's not here in the show. I would have loved them to have him here. He's my my partner in crime. We really bounce off of each other, pause, and work well. But I want you guys and chat. I want you guys also here, Jay. I know you're here in chat as well too, to be realistic and let's look at the rest of the orbit's schedule. Uh, it's gonna be a tough one with how Tua has been playing lately, and will he make the wild card? Because I don't know within division. The Dark Knight has a division. I know you guys, Steelers and Orbits are one game away. Doesn't look like there's no more games between the Steelers, Dark Knights, and Orbits right now. Um, and looking at the rest of Jay's schedule, he has the Bills. I feel like he's going to win that one. He's got Packers. I feel like that's going to go toe to toe. He has Thunderbirds. I feel like that's a win for him. It's these last 3 games where it can put him in or out of the playoffs. He has Dolphins. He'll have his players back by then. Condors, he's a good user to play against, especially if CJ Stroud's working and he has a star receiver going. And then the Bengals. The Bengals are sneaky when he plays Jay. So that's a divisional rival game. What are you guys thinking here?
It's gonna be tight. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, it's like a 3 or 4 team race to get those last spots in the wild card. So, I mean, you mentioned at least 2 or 3 people that are gonna be tough matchups. He has to clean up the turnovers, and if he does, then for sure he can make the playoffs. But if he keeps this going, it's gonna be tough. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Yeah, well, Jake, you're watching, so man, you gotta step up, dude. We believe in you. We know you can do it, but I just definitely want to bring things up like this, and you guys just get the inside scoop. Moving over to the next game. Week 12, Seattle Seahawks versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh
38
shit.
to 7. Now, I will say this on my behalf. The score does not reflect how the game went. I know y'all see 6 picks. That shit happened in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
The
worst time
first
to ask.
half, it was close. And then, what was it? Was it a pick six I threw and it changed the whole game?
Yep. Yep.
It was a pick six that I threw, changed the whole game. I lost my workhorse in Evan Hall. Peter Manning came up, and I didn't realize how good this nigga was, bro. Like, he's a power back with speed, and I didn't think he had changed a direction like that. But he felt kind of nice for a little bit. But I give kudos to fucking David, man. I had 3 wide open touchdown passes with Gabe Davis, and you know who came running along closing the gap? Fucking Devin Witherspoon. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, sheesh.
And
No, yeah, it was definitely a close game. It was 21-7, which doesn't sound that close, but you were in the red zone and you were getting the ball back after halftime, so you could have easily tied that game. And yep, unfortunately you threw that pick six, and then at that point it's 28-7, so it's a little bit more out of hand.
yeah, and I'm gonna give you guys an insider. I know you're number one in
Ah,
my
shit.
heart, number one in my eyes,
Oh
bro.
no.
If you see a receiver and he's lined up press against Jackson, don't throw that ball. If he breaks open and you see, oh, he beat him, he didn't beat him.
Yeah,
He didn't
no,
beat him.
he's up there for interceptions. He might be leading the league now, or I think he's second. But yeah, no, the Packers did that mistake too a couple times, and I've had other teams make that mistake where they're like, oh, I got an open receiver, and he just catches up so fast. I don't remember what his speed is, but man, he's a great cornerback too.
That's where half my damn interceptions came from. Just, oh, cool, my receiver broke out on a streak. Let me just throw this shit up real quick. No, pick.
Yep.
He 5'10", 95 speed, 98 excel, and the big one, 98 jump. So he's gonna go get that ball.
I didn't even know that. Holy shit.
He gonna grab
That
it.
makes sense.
He gonna grab it. So again, number one in my heart, number one in my eyes, but I wanted to fucking dog slap the shit out of that dog.
I figured it.
All right, moving over to the next one. It's our boy Detroit Lions, man. It's really be coming through, dog. Week 12, Dublin Shamrocks versus the Detroit Lions. Caleb Williams is figuring shit out, dude. 42-21. Y'all got this.
That's all you, David.
Whichever one you guys want.
I want to say Lions showed up defensively. Cameron Sutton, 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. He's looking to back it up now, and he's building on both sides of the ball. I did not think Cameron Sutton was that good of a cornerback, but hey, if he can pull it off and he's guarding the right guys. Looks like he's shut down DJ Moore, who still had 106 yards.
Is that a shutdown then?
Derrick Henry, 16 carries, 73 yards. Jameis, almost 300 yards and 4 interceptions. That's where the game lies. Shamrocks made too many mistakes on the offensive side of the ball, including the Cameron Sutton pick sixes. But looks like Lions are still figuring out an offensive identity, and they're going to be scary to play. I played him earlier this season, and he had a lot of promise. Almost burned me a lot of the time.
Yeah, I would definitely say Caleb Williams would have been my pick for Rookie of the Year. No offense for KJ Jefferson, but with that injury coming along, it definitely pulls him back, and of course gives Jefferson that way to win the AFC.
Johnny Wilson.
You're in the NFC. We're talking about the AFC. Chill out. anyways, this nigga want to pop up when he wants to. Crazy. But guys, do not sleep on the Lions. He's going to be one of those sneaky teams that when he comes in, it's over with. Couldn't win a game last year. Now all of a sudden, winning 7 games. It's kind of crazy, huh? Might be tanking. Memories, right? Anyways, game recap. Our final one. Week 12, Austin Steamers versus the Green Bay Packers, 31-10. This is an NFC matchup everyone wants to see. These are going to be two playoff teams coming in, and it's Kenneth Walker saving the day. Geno Smith, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, not looking the best. Jartavius Martin with 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a pick 6. And Riley Reed throwing duds and taking balls. 4 interceptions,
Facts.
no touchdowns. You can't have that, especially in the NFC. We've seen Riley Reed have really good games. We've seen Riley Reed have really bad rookie games. This is definitely the case where the Steamers came in, punched him in the mouth, and left Green Bay with the win, which is hard to do in Lombardi Field. What y'all got?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of this game, and this is one of those that we've talked about earlier. Like, not as it was closer than what it seems like. I believe Reed had 2 interceptions in the red zone, and one of them might have been a pick six. I'm not 100% sure, but he was just making pretty bad reads. He was trying to force the ball. Steamers was really good at making it seem like, like this guy was open, and then he would come along with his user and pick it off. So those 4 interceptions were killer, but it was back and forth. It was kind of close at a point, but I mean, yeah, halftime, it was 14-7. It just he ended up pulling away towards the end.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, y'all see it here, man. It looks like the Austin Steamers are shaping up to be a powerhouse in the NFC, man. David, you got to be scared, right? Or you what's going on, man? You think you making it back?
I think I'm gonna have to watch some tape on this guy because, yeah, I mean it's gonna be tough to get through the NFC. I don't care if I get the #1 seed or whatever the case is. You still gotta face this guy at some point. My face Packers, my face Kari, and I mean those are all. I mean Zeke too, Cowboys. I mean shit, it's loaded. It's gonna be tough, and sucks that we got this guy now, but we'll see. I mean I could definitely see him fucking up with Geno eventually, or something like that happening.
Jeez.
I don't know how long that's gonna last. I feel like it's gonna crumble at a point, right?
Yeah, it's got to, right? All the good things come to an end at one point, but we hoping, I'm hoping, you keep riding it out and get that back-to-back bowl, but that's
We
me.
gonna see. It's gonna be tough. We gonna see.
Yep. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it with the game recaps. Now we're gonna go over the stat leaders and seeing how we're doing statistically. So I'm gonna go ahead and move over here, and here we goes our recap. We got Trevor Lawrence with our 66% completion rate with 3,320. Fuck, man. Let me calm down. A little ahead of myself. We have 66% with 3,302 yards with 36 touchdowns. We got Justin Herbert second with 67%, 3,181 yards with 17 touchdowns. And we got Bryce fucking Young coming in at number 3 with 61 completion. Not the best, it's almost there. With 3,044 yards and 22 touchdowns. How you feel about that, man? Bryce Young being at third. You want to be #1 or what?
Hey man, he's #3, and I got him later in the season, and his numbers weren't this good, So I feel like once I have him for a full season, he's gonna be at the top. We're gonna get Trevor off of there for sure.
Coming for his head. We got our rushing leaders coming up next. We have Darren Baldwin, aka the Condors, 192 attempts, 1,244 rushing yards with 14 touchdowns. 14 touchdowns already It's crazy. We got Tony Pollard coming in with a hot second with 213 attempts, a couple more attempts, with 1,222 yards and 13 touchdowns. You're right behind him, man. You're right on the cusp. And we
We're
got
getting there.
Devon Achan, also NFC West, 178 attempts with 1,138 yards and 8 tutties. Man, he has less attempts and he's on your guys' ass. Imagine if he had the same amount of attempts, dude. And he got him like right before the trade deadline. It's gonna be crazy over there, dude. Coming in next with our receiving leaders, we have Dalton Kincaid with 56 recs, 1,318 yards with 13 touchdowns. We got Christian Kirk coming up with 52 recs, 1,177 yards and 10 touchdowns. And we got Johnny Wilson with 63 recs, 1,082 yards and 15 touchdowns. Definitely a close race over here for the touchdowns. But when it comes down to yardage, Dalton Kincaid. Y'all think he's
New,
MVP?
he's a new Kelsey.
Y'all think he's MVP? Let me hear it in chat, y'all.
Definitely not MVP.
Wow. Again, this guy just pops up out of nowhere. Now, we got sack leaders here. We got wow. Myles Garrett has been dethroned. Repeat.
Wow.
Myles Garrett has been dethroned. And he's been the sack leader for the past 2 years. We have Micah Parsons with 13 sacks and 18 tackle for losses. Myles Garrett with 11 sacks and 35 tackle for losses. Damn. And we got Quinn Williams for 10 sacks and 18 tackles for losses.
Jets, Jets.
I'm telling you, man, these two guys, man. Number one in my heart. And number two, sorry. Dave, you said number one.
Hey, let's go.
We got our interception leaders with Dante Jackson. I'm telling you, man, this guy right here, 9 interceptions, 3 deflections. Don't let him decept you. Just don't. We got Eric Stokes, aka Mr. Falcons himself, 8 interceptions, 5 deflections, and then we got Devin Witherspoon with 7 picks, 5 deflections. And coming in with our tackle leaders, we have Quay Walker at 93 tackles, 79 of them are solo. Whew. We have Jawan Bentley with 101 tackles with 71 of those solo. And then, I don't know why that's backwards. Definitely. Oh, because the solos are more. My bad. And then we have Dayan Henley with 94 tackles, 64 solo. Now, I want to hear, guys, who we thinking about MVP?
Let's see.
Let's actually look. I think right now it's T-Law's at 1, Herbo is 2, Javonte Williams at 3,
Javonte, damn.
Trey Lance on them boys at 4, Malik Willis, number 5.
Man.
Gonna glaze myself. My rook KJ Jefferson at number 6. He in the MVP vote. I've been trying to tell y'all. Baldwin over there on the Condors at 7. Ritter, Geno Smith, Mark McGraw close it out at 8, 9, and 10.
Man, what do you guys think, chat, man? Go ahead and hit me up. Hey, you guys, chat, this is for a reward. If you guys guess the MVP right, you guys get +2 on any 75 overall or below. No physical stats. So let me hear it, chat. Let's get it going, chat. Let's get that shit going. But, man.
Shoot. I'm about to send that money in, too.
Shit. Man, it's gonna be close because Javonte Williams is he's a monster with the orbits if he can get that shit working out. Jay Herbo is a CPU, so you know that might happen. But man, you guys think Trevor Lawrence is in the clear front runner or what's going on?
Trevor has 10 more touchdowns than the next guy?
Yeah,
Maybe
but we got a running
14
back.
more?
We got a running back on here at number 3.
I don't think it's sustainable.
Really?
I don't think
Oh, let's look at the rest of the.
I don't think it's sustainable.
Let's look at their schedule. Let's see what they got coming up. So looking here, he has Condors, Blues, Desperados, Thunderbird, and then he has David. That is a tough 5 games. He has to play Condors. They go toe to toe together. He has to play the Blues. He barely won that game due to a failed 2-point conversion. You got Desperados, who will have Pat Mahomes back, and he's a Super Bowl winner. You got Thunderbirds, whose defense can help save him in the game, and Joe Burrow can do what he has to do. He can do what he has to. And then you have David, who is the clear front runner right now for the Super Bowl. So, I mean, Yeah, what do y'all think, chat? Y'all still think Trevor Lawrence? I mean, what do you guys think? You guys think T. Law still gonna get it?
I think so. Just based on the numbers he's already put. You're right. I mean, this schedule is brutal. This last 5 games, but I think his numbers are incredible already. And you add the rushing stats. Most of the time, whenever I see a quarterback in any league that throws for a lot of yards and they still have a lot of rushing yards, they get the MVP no matter what.
Euro?
I don't think T-Law gonna win it just because I'm really just gonna be a hater right now. I
Damn.
think someone's gonna turn up to close out the season. Um, I feel like when you are the best team in the or 11-1, you're one of the top two teams. Sometimes you tend to coast. Got some fun little matchups coming up to end the season. There's some guys on this list who are on teams that are hungry right now
Mm,
to boost their way up the standing. So I think some of these guys are gonna really take off.
okay.
So, what do you think is the MVP then?
Oh, I can't say that being unbiased. I'm gonna say KJ. KJ about to heat up the last five.
Oh God. Okay,
mm,
other than KJ.
I see a sneaky case for Trey Lance.
Oh
okay.
wow. Okay.
I see a sneaky case for Trey Lance.
Man, honestly, if it's not T Law, I'm gonna stick with the AFC South. I think Malik Willis, man, has the ability and the team, and they're just on fire right now. Coming out as a offense, I think Malik Willis can definitely put the Blues in the mix of MVP. Definitely either top three or one. So we'll definitely see that.
I can see that too.
Midos, Anthony, what you think, man?
I like I like Malik Willis or Desmond Ritter. If we were we were looking at the Falcons stat lines, and I was stunned with how well the Falcons is doing offensively with Desmond Ritter. And if he could finish out the season like that, I'd love to know the rest of his schedule. You're right, Trevor Lawrence has a brutal second half stretch where he's going to be facing some of the top defenses in the league.
Oh
Mm.
man, Falcons has it easy. He plays the Blues. That's not going to be easy. That's definitely going to be a matchup to look at. He has the Riverhawks, which is CPU. He has Snowhawks. Snowhawks is a good player. I just feel like seeing their matchup beforehand, I think that he's definitely going to take that matchup going. He has Kari. That's going to be toe to toe again, but I think he's going to come up on top of Kari just the way he did again. Either between with Lamar passing it or with Jaden Daniels. I think that defense comes in clutch. He has Lions. That's going to be a gunslinging game, and if it's not over 50 points each, that'd be crazy. And then he has the Sentinels, so I definitely can see where he can make that MVP push.
If he plays clean football the rest of the season, he'll be a top five quarterback, top three, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come.
Javante has a good chance. I think all of them have a good chance. It all comes down to who outperforms, but it's easy to see Trevor Lawrence fall. He's going to be playing some of the top defenses, and someone's finally going to stop him.
Oh, we'll see. We definitely have a lot of football left this season, so that was a little curveball I threw you guys' way. Did not set you guys up for that. But you know what? I wanted to see an honest take, and I like it. So now, guys, for the time you guys have been waiting fucking for, we gonna see how y'all perform and how I rate you guys. But just remember, don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself, because you did it your own. We got the power fucking rankings of week fucking 13. Now, before I get on my rant, I'm gonna let the guys get on their own power rankings. What do you guys think? Chirp, 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 chirp,
You guys go first. You guys go first.
chirp. Euro, you got your own power rankings, or what's up, man?
Oh, it's on me. Bet. Let me pull them up. Give me 2 seconds.
That's a big rise. Number 4.
Right here. I was over here trying to look at his. I hopped on the stream.
Oh yeah, it's there. It's there. Next time I'll send you
There
guys
we
a copy.
go. My power rankings, I think I'm gonna keep it pretty straightforward. As far as like the league goes, I have to though put number one I'm gonna go David. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm going one with the Seahawks.
Okay.
Um, it's hard to vote against being having the best record.
Yeah.
A very competent user. Love that guy. Hate to see him win though, but that's all he's been doing recently. So we gotta respect that. Gotta give him his flowers because they're much deserved.
Most definitely.
Um, at two, I got the Aviators. Literally the same thing. Like I can't argue against the results. Um, being a one loss team, you can walk around really saying you're that guy. Um,
He's him.
so he's him, Timothy himself. So just want to see him continue to succeed. Um, that's actually a lie because he's in my conference. I want to see him fail. Well, that's probably gonna go two. At three, we gotta go Steamers. Um, continue to just show that he's a really good user, really competent user, getting the team going. Because I want to say, didn't he join like late last season or
Joined
this
right before
season?
playoffs, like 2 games
Right before
before
playoffs.
playoffs.
Okay, and I know how that is joining a team that you didn't really build from day one. So taking over a team like that and leading them to 9-2, to me, that's really impressive. Um, moving on to four, uh, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, I'm gonna go all AFC teams. We're gonna go Dolphins at 4, even though it pains me to say that. Dolphins at 4. Have to definitely put him higher than myself because he did beat me in our earlier matchup. He's been on a kind of a skid. He's been on a little bit of a skid, so maybe he shouldn't be that high, but I can't put him like below 6. So we'll keep him at 4. Black Knights at 5. I'm gonna put myself at 6.
Oh, you're humble. Okay.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, man, 8-3.
There we
You know,
go.
we're not doing too much, but we got a couple expectations. We think we're the sleeper team out of the top 10.
Mm.
Um, at 7, I'm gonna go Falcons. Cause I feel like Falcons is streaking right now. The for them birds, them wings are flapping right now. He's rising.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at 8, skee ball, my favorite brand of football. It's always fun being in the league with Ski. But 8-3, man, you gotta give kudos to the guys that have come out and performed this season. Um, at 9, I'm gonna go Packers because I just can't keep him out. Chaplin, no, I love the guy. He's a really good user. I know he has a lot of high expectations from people when it comes to this league. Um, but he's on the verge. I feel like he's either on the verge of falling out of that and sliding or ascending because he does, I think, have a pretty balanced end to the season, these last 5 to 6 games. I'm going to say he's split between playing 500 teams, so I'm excited to see what he does. And then to close out that 10, I got to give up to my guy Jay. I think he is one of the top 10 users in the league, so shout out to Orbits at 10.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, David, what you got for your top 10?
All right, let's see. It's hard to keep myself at 1 because I just lost, but I think you gotta respect all those guys in the top 3 in the each categories: passing, rushing, receiving, interceptions. And the winning streak. So I'm gonna keep myself there for right now, but we'll see. Might fall next week or the week after. I'll keep Aviators at number 2 because they are 11-1. Gotta respect that. Definitely the Steamers at number 3. He's one of the best users it seems like here. We'll see if he can keep that up too. After I do have the Dolphins at 8-3. They're killing it still with the backups. Gotta respect that. Then I have the Black Knights after him. Then I'll put the Blues. And then my boy Nate, the Jets.
Hmm.
Let's see how many is that. That's
You're at
7.
8. You're at 8.
Number 8 is coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, yeah, I'm gonna put the Packers at 8. And these last few ones are a little bit tough, but I'm gonna put the Falcons. And then what do I have? 1 or 2 left?
I think you have
I
9
think I
and
have 2
10.
more.
Yeah, you got 9 and 10 left.
Okay. So then I'll put the Orbits and the Steelers.
All right.
Steelers last because it's impressive. That comeback is really impressive. How many games in a row have you won? Four,
I
four in a row.
just
5.
about. I started 2-4, and now I'm sitting 7-5.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Damn. Damn.
yeah.
Real clone.
All right, Anthony. Me dose. What's your top 10 looking like?
Obviously, the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. It's hard to dispute David. He's one of the best players in the league, and he went on an 11-game win streak before someone finally took him down. You know, um, Again, hard to dispute that. Number one, Aviators is number two. Trevor Lawrence is something else. Trevor Lawrence is one of the hardest quarterbacks I've ever played against, just because he has the ability to drop back 10 yards and still throw dimes.
Don't get
So
me started.
you're not even containing him. He's just dropping back a little extra and finding open space. Steamers Mookie has come in here and he's shown that he fits right in with the top of the juggernauts. Steamers at number three is good. I'm gonna put the Dolphins at number four too, because it'll be scary when he gets all of his main players back. David said, he's tearing it up with backups, and I played against him when he had Marvin Harrison, and Marvin Harrison was unstoppable, and he's going to be a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams. I like I like the Falcons at number six though,
Wow.
because I'm loving his offense. He's showing that Desmond Ritter, Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts, they can actually do something unlike the real team. Offensively, I feel like they're overcoming a lot of good defenses. I feel like his wins recently and Desmond Ritter's MVP odds of make him a top candidate. Black Knights, I want to keep at number six too. He's always been a great player and always a great close game with him. I think every game we play either comes within 3 or 4 points, and it always decides on how Madden wants to swing it. I'm gonna put Condors at number nine though. I feel like he's still a tough player to play. Did I say number nine? I meant number seven. My bad. Seven, Packers eight, because Al Chaplin is still going to be a dangerous player. I think he lost his last game, 10-28. Am I correct? 31-10. Against the number four team.
Hmm.
So he's not showing as much power, but that streak that he was on proves that he still knows how to play the game, and he still knows how to run with the best of them. Number nine, I want to go ski. I I see you ski. I see you coming back in a lot of games, but you're playing a lot of too many close games for me to feel comfortable with with you. You lost your last game off a failed 2 point conversion. I get it though. I wouldn't want to go into overtime with the Aviators too, but he plays a great red zone defense, and from the 2 yard line, it's still hard to punch it in. I probably would have gone with the one, and I would have left my chances in overtime. But you play aggressive ball, and it's fun to watch, and that's why you're still at number nine. And number 10, yeah, I'll go Cowboys. Zeke the Freak's starting to figure it out. Trey Lance is looking a lot cleaner. Maybe, and we're talking about him as an MVP candidate still, so we'll see what he does.
All right, you guys here, folks. They're top 10. So you guys seeing here, full 32 team power ranking here. Not too much craziness going on over here in the bottom. The bottom eight, besides Oilers moving up 6 spots to 26, getting some crucial wins. You see here, big movers. We have the Bills moving up 6 spots. I'm sitting at 24 with 4 slots down. Jaeger's moving up 5 at 19. We have Kari moving down 3 slots at 3, losing some good divisional games. We have Bulls moving up 6 spots. I know he would like to see himself in the top 10 according to his top 10 in chat. I have Steelers moving up to 3. I would have moved him up a little bit more, but I definitely want to see a little bit more out of his game. I know he went in from being a team on the verge of being eliminated to a now playoff contending, fighting for a wild spot team, and making some crucial divisional wins. I have Cowboys falling to 13, Desperados falling at a 7 spot rate. Lost some games that he should have definitely had in the pocket if he had Pat Mahomes, and don't want to put it too much on just doing that. But if you're a good user, you know how to play with backups and scratch out a win or two. I have Orbits falling out of the top 10 just due to some games that were lost and strength of schedule wins that he gotten. I have L. Chaplin, aka Packers, still at number 10, staying solid with some of the wins and losses that he had. We have Condor sliding to 9. I still feel like he's a top 10 team if he can just figure some things out. We have the Falcons moving in and sneaking in the top 10 with number 7. 7 big movers going into number 8. Sorry, we got the Paris Blues, aka Mr. Skee Ball himself. Dude's been here. He's a legend in here, dude. OG member, moved up 3 spots. We have Black Knight sliding down 2. We have the Dolphins sliding down 2. Just lost some games. I know he's playing with some rookies and some backups, but just losing games, close games. I definitely see that the Jets KJ Jefferson cracked the top 4 and moved up 5 spots, and I feel like he's going to be able to run that division this year if he can keep playing clean football. Of course, we have Steamers, aka Mookie, moving into the top 3. Dude has come and changed the game for the Commanders, aka Steamers, and putting him up there. I gotta give flowers over to the top 2. Number 1 in my heart, number 1 in my eyes, Mr. David himself, Seahawks, and then we got our number 2. But if you ain't first, you last. Aviators with T-Law. Definitely got to represent the AFC South. Definitely would love to see this as a Super Bowl matchup. And before we go off, man, let's talk about that Super Bowl last year. I have you two here now.
Oh my lord! I knew you were gonna bring it back.
So
He ain't forget.
Let me hear it, boys. Like, man, what was going on in your guys' head during those games, man? During that game last year.
You could go first.
The first thing I want to say is I should have played that game the next day. I shouldn't have let you talk me into doing it that same night. Should have just waited. Go in with a fresher mind. David shut down everything I had brought to the table. I was running almost 200 yards per game with Najee Harris. I made a strong postseason push. His superstar abilities were helping me get out of jams and find open lanes, make great runs. He stopped him for, I think, close to 40 yards on a good amount of carries. Kenny Pickett is not reliable under pressure, and that's why I've been slowly moving more away from him. His short accuracy when under pressure is horrendous, and against Jonathan Allen and God knows who else you had on that defensive line, it was too much. I threw a lot of inaccurate passes. Devon Withers, your secondary is absolutely astounding. Devon Witherspoon leading it. Your user linebacker was incredible. It was a solid defensive stand where I only put up 3 points, and I had nothing else going for me.
Yeah, no, it was pretty close at the beginning, because you yourself, you have a great defense, and Minka, I mean, that's the real MVP right there, man. That dude is insane. So I know I threw a couple interceptions at him for sure. But yeah, no, you're a great user. You beat me the year before, I think, right? When I had Gino?
I beat you when you had Gino, and the whole reason I beat you is because TJ Watt hit you with the pressure
Yeah.
coming off the edge, and it made you throw right overhead to Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka Fitzpatrick got the win last time we played you, and you got him back.
Yeah, no, and what's it called? I had Rodgers this time around. He lost a superstar before the game, and I know you lost a superstar yourself, I've heard. But what's it called? His release is a little bit faster, so I think that was pretty much the difference.
It's not only just the release. His throw under pressure is a lot better, so it nullifies my defensive line. TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward aren't putting the same amount of pressure on Gino as they were on Geno Smith. And
Yeah.
Rodgers stands there with Gunslinger one, the quickest animation, and it's almost like a cheat code.
Yeah, but
for Aaron Rodgers.
looking forward to our rematch this year in the Super Bowl.
I am not, no. I wasn't looking forward to the rematch week 1, and I'm still shocked I put much more points. I remember I hit you with the post route, and it kind of hoed you a little bit, and I was like, all right, baby, I have a game, and you snuffed that out pretty quick.
And then you made a quarterback change, which is working, right?
It's been working.
It's
He's
going.
throwing a little bit better under pressure, but my week 12 game I played against the Oilers, and he threw inaccurate on a lot of short passes. So I might be looking towards the offseason to fix something. I need to be able to make the layups first and foremost. And right now, neither Kenny Pickett nor Cameron Ward are making those layups all the way.
Well, you guys hear it here, folks. You guys got the inside scoop of what happened last year. I know it's been 13 weeks, but it had to be talked about, dude. It was a a very anticipated Super Bowl. No one didn't think that like the Steelers would have made it that way. Of course, I know how you play, and just the way that the playoffs went. It was crazy because it could have been Packers U, or it could have been Packers Aviators, or it could have been Seahawks Aviators. So and that's what I definitely love about this league. You never know what the fuck is gonna happen, and it just changes right then and there, and just that's just the way it goes. So now, you guys, I appreciate you guys for coming in, for tuning in, and listening to the show. Again, we missed you guys so much. We're definitely going to do another show after New Year's coming up. Maybe I might be able to sneak in another show on a Saturday or so. Let me know, guys, and I will definitely have some more rewards. I'll have some rewards set up next time, a little bit better. This is kind of a last kind of a minute thing, kind of scrambling here, but it's okay because you know why? We're gonna put on a great show for you, no matter fucking what. I brought you guys a special guest. I brought you guys a whole different cast. Now, guys, I gotta say this. Welcome and thank you to the goddamn Boomcast. You guys are the Boomcasters. I'm the commish, and we have
David, the Seahawks.
Anthony, the Steelers.
JETS, Jets, Euro.
yes, sir. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Deuces.
Doses.